And welcome back. It's time for Opinion Court. Please do get in touch with us. 22422 is our SMS line, and if you're online, please use the hashtag Opinion Court as one word, whether you're on Twitter or Facebook. We'd love to track your conversation and include it in our discussion. The Electoral Commission, as you heard today, has quashed the nomination of Wavinya to vie for the Machakos governorship on a Wiper ticket. The tribunal struck her name out after finding that she was a member of two parties at the same time. Wavinya had agreed to come on the program, but just minutes ago cancelled. Nonetheless, the show must go on, and my guests in studio will be speaking about Ukambani politics and this latest development. To my left is Joe Mtambo, the Mwingi Central MP, who defected from the Wiper Party and joined Jubilee. To my right is city lawyer Judah Kioko, and next to him Edward Kisiangani, who is our resident political analyst. And you're all welcome to the program. Prof, I want to start with you on this one. Is this a surprise move, do you think, and what do you think Wavinya's options are now?
I think her situation is very difficult, given that the nomination process is almost complete. We have just about 2 months to the election, so the legal options are really very difficult. Probably the discretion lies if she appeals with the Electoral Commission to see whether it can change rules and accommodate her, and then probably return her if the appeal has merit. So that is the first thing. It's a very difficult position. The second thing is that this ruling by the IEBC surprised me in very many ways. Because while I believe in this rule of law, and I would like people to follow the law, because that's the right way to build our country. I'm surprised the way people apply the law selectively. Not to say whether or not she was guilty, because they're quite fundamental things. If you look at the Elections Act 2011, the Political Parties Act 2011, from Article 1011, it's talking about how coalitions can be made. Then Article 12 talks about public officers and what they should do with regard to political parties. They should not promote, show bias, open bias to particular political parties. Then, of course, that's the one that eliminated her is Article 14 of the Political Parties Act, which talks about the fact that no person can belong to two parties. So if you look at that, the provisions in law are very clear, and anybody who violates those provisions should be liable for punishment.
But you seem to be saying that there's
but I'm saying that, look, right the way you look around the political terrain, people have been violating the Political Parties Act. The Electoral Commission has been quiet. Even now, as you see, cabinet ministers, like yesterday in Webuye, cabinet minister for water was wearing uniform for Jubilee. We have seen Cabinet Minister Gaiseri speaking in a manner that is exactly impressed in the Political Parties Act, namely that you cannot promote the activities of a particular political party. No punishment has been done, meted against these guys. Even their own political parties which they promote have not been punished or even reprimanded by IEBC. So in that case, therefore, you say the punishment meted against Wavinya Ndeti is probably justified in law, but it is discriminative in the sense that no such a punishment has been meted out whenever certain things happen with political leaders. So my position is that the justice has not been done, because it looks like somebody has directly, targeted Wavinya Ndeti to settle certain interests, but when it comes to others, it's like what we used to call in school, Shakespeare, that is it by favor that kissing goes.
Is it? No. Let's leave it there. Let's get a bit of the legal perspective. Judah, what are her options now? How final is this decision of the tribunal? We're expecting, I believe, some of these names, I beg your pardon, to be gazetted tomorrow. So she's not going to be on that list. What are her options with an election about 60 days away?
Yeah. First things first. The question that we need to ask ourselves, how did we find ourselves there? And you'll realize that Wavinya Ndeti, she's been accused of being still the party leader of CCU.
Yes.
And there have been questions on the leadership of the party, of the CCU party. But then recently when candidates were being cleared, there were requirements that one should fulfill for you to be cleared. And one was obviously you should be a member of the party that you wish to fight on. So when she appeared and presented her papers and she was cleared at Machakos by the returning officer, who is a person, I mean, who works for IEBC. Then IEBC today...
How did that happen?
Yes, then IEBC today now tells us that she has been a member of 2 political parties. Then the question will be, who is it that we should blame? Should we blame Wavinya or should we blame IEBC? Who is the custodian of the records? When the political party, or when Ndungu, led by Ndungu, when parties, the registered political parties, they were asked that the political parties were asked to send their members to that commission. If that happened, and then today we are here and we're being told she has been a member of 2 political parties, then the question that you don't need even a legal mind. You need to ask yourself, so who should we blame? If today resigned from a political, and she has said that she resigned, so if she resigned from a political party and it has not been effected, who should we blame? So I think tomorrow... The
registrar, you're saying?
Yes, yes. It falls with the registrar. The registrar should come out clear and tell us what happened. And again, the IEBC also should tell us why is it that they are realizing it today and not the day that it happened in Machakos.
Well, apparently they realized it through a letter from the commission chair on May 26, 2017, which was part of, what formed this submission. Yes. But having said that, let's move forward. So what are our options? We're coming down to the wire. Yes. More than likely will not be gazetted tomorrow. Yeah. What can she do?
I expect tomorrow that appeal will be put. She will be appealing the decision. One, the obvious one will be that it's discriminatory on her side. She has a right to participate in the election. So I think she will be putting out a petition, most probably a constitutional issue, citing from Article 38 that she should not be discriminated against. She should participate in this election. So I expect this will be one of the legal battles that we're going to see, and I think it's not good for IEBC, given that IEBC still this time that IEBC need to concentrate, because the question then will be, if it's happening to governors, how many more would this be?
But the success of such a challenge then, in your thinking, would be dependent on the registrar of political parties, or rather Wavinya proving that she had resigned to the registrar at a certain date, and the registrar producing such a document. Okay, Joe, because you have been in the Wiper Party, this is considered a major blow to the party, to the extent that Machakos is the most visible part of Wiper's stronghold of Ukambani, and therefore by not having a governor there, then we can expect to see perhaps a harder time for Kalonzo Musyoka. Why did you leave Wiper, and what do you make of the issues in the Wiper Party that led to this tipping point? Because you of course will recall that Johnston Muthama presented an affidavit in this issue. He's had a very public and massive fallout with Kalonzo Musyoka, and so his hand is written all over this development. What's going on in Wiper from your estimation as a former insider?
Where there is smoke, there is fire. When we left Wiper,
there may just be smoke.
There could be friction, according to science.
Okay.
We left Wiper because there were issues. We wanted these issues to be addressed, but nobody was addressing them. What is shocking is that instead of these guys listening to us, what they did, they went up messing up the entire party. How? You recall very well, if there was a critic of Kalonzo Musyoka, one was Wavinya Ndeti. Today, they are dining together. You need to ask yourself, why are they dining together? And is this relationship true? I will give you an answer, no. Wavinya Ndeti went to Kalonzo Musyoka not because she believed in Kalonzo Musyoka, but she knew Kalonzo Musyoka had some political muscle and she wanted to use them to get a seat. Only that. Now she's taking a medicine of her own, a dose of her own medicine. Why? Because Wavinya all through, she's been fighting, and actually is a person I respect so much. Actually, Wavinya is the one who invited me to Jubilee. She's the one who welcomed me. So I'm wondering whether she's...
Seriously, Joe?
Yes, yes. And actually she was even appointed...
How did she allegedly do that?
No, she invited... I mean, she welcomed me when I crossed over. She's the one who received me. She was with us. I mean, she was with me in Jubilee. She was appointed a director, I don't know, to a water company, something. But that's a story for another day. For today, what is happening to Wavinya, and I want to correct my professor here. She said she can appeal, and if the IBC could either change the law. One, IBC, they have no local standard to change any law. They have to play by the laws, right? They have to play by the laws. They have to use what is given to them by Parliament. They cannot make their own laws. That is number one. And the mess in Wiper is deeper than you're thinking. We also have Kivuda Kibwana. What I want to tell good lawyer here, why is IBC coming up? IBC is not coming up with anything. It is people who go to complain to IBC that this candidate used to be like this, and if you prove your case, and you are a lawyer, a judge do not arrest anybody. You go and find the lawyer seated in the court. It is you who go in court and tell the judge, because of this and this and this is wrong, that is right.
And
so
Joe,
that's the same thing what happened to Wavinya.
well, yes, to that extent you're right. It was a member of the county assembly who filed this petition, etc.
Yes.
But I wanted to zero in on the hand of Johnston Muthama and the woes that have been between himself and the Wiper Party, and seeing him even submit this affidavit, which is a very bold statement,
yes,
you know, against the party's choice, given that he had his own preferences. So, Prof, let me come to you on that. To what extent do you believe the senator has dealt a significant blow to Wiper's ambitions in recapturing Machakos and, if you like, supremacy in Ukambani?
You see, Anne, first I said this is discriminatory because IBC has not been applying the law equally. Even the political party's registrar has not done it equally. But when now you come to Muthama, that is a different thing. Muthama has exposed the rot in Wiper. He is just saying, if indeed some of the things that the IBC ruled over are true, it shows how undemocratic that party is. And it also exposes some people to the ridicule of the public with regards to integrity, because how she Wiper, because how this lady came and was quickly cleared, and the people who have been staying in that party for a very long time, supporting the party, were not even considered, actually raises a lot of questions. And you know...
So you agree with Joe?
What I'm agreeing with him is this. In law, and I started off by saying that I think in law you cannot belong to political parties. And these guys, you know, this is a quasi-court. It's actually a court with distinguished men and women of legal minds. So it means that probably they have found information that this lady was Wavinya Ndeti was a member of two political parties. In the law, that is illegal. But what I just said is that now with Muthama, it shows that there are serious integrity issues within that party. The level of democracy in that party is not okay, because actually Muthama had to swear a statement, an affidavit in support of the petition. Right. So that, and he was the right hand man of what? Of Kalonzo. And as my brother has put it, if you extend that argument to what is happening with Iyala, there are people within the same party who have argued that Mheshimiwa Kalonzo is desperate to have his son become a member of parliament in the East African Legislative Council, parliament. Now that also shows the intolerance and the way in which the party is struggling so hard to make sure that the interests of individuals rather than the entire party are taken care of, and they are ready to go to any length to make sure that those are achieved. That is not very good for a party which is part of the movement that can become an alternative.
So in your opinion, if she does not find her way back, on that list, then this is real trouble for Wiper?
I think it is really trouble because you know, if when she was there, a lot of things were covered. Remember, something else was done during we are focusing on the fact that her candidature was dismissed on the account of the fact that she belonged to two political parties. But there is another pronouncement that was made by the dispute tribunal with regard to the fact that even the election, the repeat election that was conducted, in which she participated, was not free and fair.
Right, that's correct.
Yes, and now that pronouncement itself again raises serious integrity issues, because the celebration that accompanied the winning of Wavinya Ndeti when she went for the second round showed that Wiper was satisfied that election was free and fair. So in that case, again, it raises integrity issues. The democratic credentials of the Wiper party is now under trial.
All right, having said that, Judah, and you've of course outlined the fact that she could appeal this decision, but given the court processes, you know, she could go to the High Court, then to the Court of Appeal, maybe even end up at the Supreme Court. We're 60 days to an election. Is it realistic that she can get a determination in her favor in time to actually vie for this election?
Looking at how our courts work, I think we can say we cannot say with certainty whether it's going to happen. I think we'll just watch as things fall out. But you know, when this happened, the question that I was asking myself is, why Wiper? Because you look at a Wiper party with a Secretary General who is a lawyer, vice chairperson of the party who is also a lawyer, and
party leader.
Party leader is a lawyer.
Party leader is a lawyer.
Was it negligent, clumsy?
No. And that's a question that we need to ask ourselves, because this is not the only person who is coming, because we had Professor Kifuda Kibwana also joining Wiper.
And he's a lawyer.
And it's also a lawyer. So the question will be, if Kifuda Kibwana did the right thing, why is it that for Wavinya Ndeti the right thing has not happened? Then
you think it's deliberate that Wiper has a hand in it?
The answer will be because we have the hand of Modama in it. We'll say that this person who has been in the house knows a lot of secrets, and maybe there is a secret that leaked. And this goes back to how we operate political parties in this country. That you look at the primaries that were conducted, and you ask yourself, is there any political party that conducted a primary when everyone was participating? People are not even members of those political parties. So it goes down to the question of how serious we are with our political parties. Because in this country, we remember of our political parties months to the election. But immediately after election, people don't build political parties to be institutions. And I think this is raising issues that now we need to start thinking of building our political parties to institutions. And ask ourselves, I've heard Mheshimiwa here say there are questions that they were asking in Wiper that needed answers that they did not get, and made them to move out of the party. Maybe then Mheshimiwa could have gone back to the people down there and told the people, these are the issues that you are raising, and they are not being
Mwingi Central.
But going back again to issues of political parties, if Wavinya Ndeti was to call a delegate meeting for CCU, do we have delegate members of that party? And given that there was also wars in the party of who should be leading the party. So when you look at our political parties, there are serious issues that come. There are legal issues that come, and you look at it and you say, we are not serious.
This is a joke.
Yeah, we are not serious as a country.
All right, Joe, so as things stand, how does this affect the landscape of Ukambani going into the elections, and is the incumbent Alfred Mutua just as good as governor on August 9th?
Let me tell you, the issue of Ukambani is long gone. We are not discussing that. Ukambani, we decided which direction we are taking. Actually, what is happening is people trying to mend their fences and try to see, and what you are seeing now is a desperate move by one Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka to see whether he can regain okay, what he has lost. That's why you see him pulling Wavinya, bringing Charity Gilo in, trying to bring Kivutha Kibwana. I need you to ask yourself, you know, Kalonzo Musyoka did not start politics yesterday. He started in 1983. Actually, I was his youth winger, 1983. 1985 is when he became in as a member of parliament via by election. And I want to tell you, there were people like Caxton Munyoki. He was with him. Come back to ask, where did Kema Kalonzo go? Come and ask yourself, where did Charles Kalonzo go? Come and ask yourself, so many other people who used to support Kalonzo, where are they? And where are Mudamas today? And
but
where
really, then it's a good thing. He's trying to build bridges. I mean, surely that would be the right thing to do.
This is a desperate move, and that's why he's running into this mess. Because he did not even think twice. What he wanted is just people on his party. Because everybody had left him.
But you know, there is a problem with you.
Including, let me finish. No. Yeah, I want you to correct me.
Yes, I want to suggest something.
But I want no, we are discussing the current problem now. We are facing in Wiper.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, as a party on, you know, I kept on saying that I own this party. And when I left it, you can see what is happening today.
The party was in your pocket. Joe, what kind of statement?
Yes.
You
walked away with the party.
No, but you said you have a problem.
Where is it now?
But then you walked away, yes, on the account that there were injustices in the party. Where you went, how is it?
No, it's better. I can tell you the nomination. Let me tell you, the nomination of Jubilee, nobody can question.
There are issues.
Oh,
yes, nobody can question the nomination of. I can tell you what happened in Kitui. Let me tell you. I can tell you what happened.
What are you talking about?
I can tell you what happened in Kitui. I can tell you what happened in Machakos. You can see it. In black and white, but you see, we're going married somewhere else. You know what? And where I am.
Wait, let him respond to you.
You say you got married politically somewhere else, and because the marriage is still blossoming, you are happy with it. You can overlook everything in the house. But where you went, what we're talking about are general problems of political parties. Yes. Because even where you have gone, there are issues. Look at what happened when the Jubilee Party was being formed. Members of, including the president and the deputy president, members of the former Jubilee coalition kept on promoting the activities of a new party while they still belonged to the movement. Now, if they did that, who punished them? Where was the register of political parties? So what we're saying is that we need to change the entire terrain. But for you to face the national television and say where you went has a lot of blue band and of course and marmalade jam, that is not the truth.
No, you are getting the simple reason why
you need to hear feedback.
Yes. And again, Mheshimiwa, you have just mentioned Kitui and Machakos concerning Jubilee nomination. It was not competitive as other areas. Just look at where...
I'm talking about Wiper.
Oh, okay.
In Kitui. Actually, there were no election for Wiper. I come from Kitui. The constituency I come from, which is Mwingi Central, there were no single ballots. And somebody was declared as a winner, and you could see people filling in papers. They went to the supermarket. But no. They went to supermarket, bought some white basket, and then they voted. You see, the reason why I moved from white, it is because there were no democracy. If you preach democracy, let it be exercised by everyone. Okay, so everyone should be given a chance.
You haven't answered my question yet, which is yes. So do you believe Dr. Alfred Mutua, the incumbent governor, is as good as governor on overseas?
I will not say that, because I believe in democracy. It is upon the people of Machakos. Because don't forget, there is also someone else who is vying, okay, under Jubilee ticket.
And even an independent.
All right. And there is also another one vying under independent. So it is upon the people of Machakos to choose their governor. So if I say Mutua will get it easily, then I will be lying to myself. That one, I leave it to people of Machakos to make a decision. Democratic right. But when it comes back now to what is happening with Wavinya, I want to tell my good friend, my sister Wavinya, the move she took was a wrong move. Okay? What she could have done is first to resign, because she has to play by the law. And I told you, this may also befall against Kivura Kibwana, because we don't know. And another thing, we also need to go back. We also need to go back and ask ourselves: did Kalonzo Musyoka resign from Wiper to vie as a running mate of ODM candidate? We know there are so many questions we need to ask ourselves. No, they do not work. Let me tell you, if somebody goes to court today, what has happened to Wavinya may happen to Kalonzo Musyoka. We need to be very careful. You see, before, I'll tell you this, Anne. Before, and the professor will bear me witness. People used to take 3-4 certificates, and we need to take law seriously these days. People used to go with 3-4 certificates. If you are denied this one, you remove another one. Like somebody like Kalembe used to move with the briefcase. You are denied this one, he gives you a certificate there. Yes, this is what happened. And this is the joke we need to walk away from. We need to respect the laws of this country.
Yes, but the law must be applied fairly to everybody. That is what we're saying. If the law is there, you see, it must apply. When certain people apply the law, especially the timing, and you know, for me, if I was in the IBC, I would not be interested in diverting attention from the bigger job they are supposed to do. They have been sacking some more senior officials. We don't know whether they will deliver a credible election. But they have a lot of time to cause problems in political parties. This is my problem.
Prof. Can you actually say that this was an application?
Yes,
IBC did not just open this
which was before them. Yes, but even if it was an application, what we are saying is they have not been doing this in the past. There have been even some applications. You know,
if you don't take it, they will not ask you.
The register of political parties from 2013. Do you know? The register of political parties from 2013 has received a lot of applications, even just before the elections of 2013. And some things have gone under, and you know it. You are a member of parliament. You know certain things have just been, and she has overstayed in her office, of course, because nobody knows what her letter of appointment said. She has overstayed, but she does not respond the way she has probably responded on this matter. Even IEBC itself has not responded on certain issues of integrity and others the way they have done. The other day they were clearing. Now, what is the difference between Wavinya and Ndeti, who seems to belong to two political parties, and the people who have been accused of embezzling public funds, and the IEBC has cleared them?
You have not taken that case to them.
No!
You see, Professor, let me tell you, you do not answer questions which you have not been asked.
No, papers.
Ask the question will be answered. You don't expect. No, let me tell you. Let me teach you today. You know, my duty is to teach you, Professor.
I will accept because we are always learning. Last week, the EACC provided over 100 cases of people who should actually have been barred. They should never have been cleared. Still, the IEBC is raising questions. We want evidence. We want to be proved. But you know, the investigating authority of these corruption cases lies with the EACC. And now they want to create more reasons to postpone the problem. So, such are the things that you should agree. IEBC is already seized, but it has not taken the action.
Let me help you.
Okay, your point is double speak. This is your final comment, sir.
Yes. One thing we need to understand: our constitution is supreme. You cannot go beyond it. If somebody alleges this is a thief, okay, and he is not proven guilty by any court of law, IBC can do zero. Let me tell you, they can do zero. And by basis of that, IBC cannot bar anyone. Number two, Article 73.
Allow him the right of reply.
Okay. I told you.
Okay.
I'm here to teach you. Yeah, I'm here to teach you. And
okay, that's okay.
I'll be your teacher.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Granted.
Number two, you need to understand this. We have to play by the rules, right? IBC, they do not set rules. Then number three, if a judge finds you committing a crime, a judge cannot arrest you and take you to court and prosecute you, right? Somebody has to do that work, and if it is not brought before a judge, he cannot talk about it.
I wanted to tell you Article
73. We must wind up there, so I just want to come around for a quick round of final comments. I think I'll start with you, Judah. Your legal perspective on the issue, Wavinya's options, and you know, the state of Wiper Party going into the election.
Yes, I think Wiper finds itself in a situation where it was when they presented a candidate again when there was a by-election in Makueni who was not a registered voter. So I think Wiper needs to be taken, doing
Come on,
scrutiny.
name names. We all know who you're talking about. Don't just say it.
Yes, when they presented Katie Kilonso.
There you are.
Yes, and she was not a registered voter. So I think Wiper needs to be doing scrutiny of the candidates, and not only Wiper but all political parties. And IEBC also should, because IEBC has a supervisory role on matters of political parties. They should not wait up to the last minute and then they start telling us that these are members of two political parties. I think these are some of the issues that should have been sorted early enough when political parties submitted the names, because political parties did submit their members to IEBC. If there was an issue of double registration, then there should be systems that can really plug out these issues and they are dealt with on time. Going forward as a country also, we need to take political parties seriously, so that we are not going, and politicians also, we are not going to buy, just going to a political party to buy a certificate. We don't believe in the ideology of the political parties. We are not associated with any political parties. And again, this issue of saying that I own a political party, that I've contributed so much. I've had politicians say, if I walk away with that, if I walk away from this political party, I'll go carry my chairs, I'll go carry a table.
Say that.
Yes.
When I walk away, the Wiper died.
Because when a political party should be an institution, so that it outlives you, that you mold it in a way that we can say, when Joe was here, this is what he brought to this political party, this is what he believed in, and this is what built the political party. Right. So that it's not just a vehicle to get power, and immediately after getting power, we are not building them, given that now we are financing political parties in this country.
Right. Exactly, and we should expect better standards. Yes. Thank you. Joe, very briefly, sir, your final thoughts.
I think Wiper is losing it. It's very unfortunate. It's the only political party in Ukambani, but unfortunately, they are losing it. I think Kalonzo needs to recollect himself and ask himself, where did the rain start beating him? Because the direction is taken. Truly, and frankly speaking, Kambas will have no party to talk about.
When Joe left, I suppose is the answer.
Yes, no, because the direction we are taking. Yes, and what I'm telling my good clansmen, we need to rethink about our political future. This is very important. This is very important. Let us remove emotions. Let's forget what is Joe doing, what is Modama doing. I want to tell you, Modama is right. Modama has been fair. I may not agree with him on several issues, but on this one, let me tell you, Modama was betrayed. And these are the results of betraying somebody.
All right. Prof, you have the final word tonight.
Yes, I think Wiper as a party is still wiping the shelves of Kanu, and it has not reformed, and the current state of politics, the way our politics is being played now, are posing a lot of challenges to Wiper. So it needs to upgrade its skills, its leadership, and move away from Ukambani to become a national party. It is actually tired of the current politics. It can't cope unless it injects new life in it. But finally, on the issue that you raised, my brother, you have been in parliament and you are part of the problem. We have heard, you have just stated that the constitution is supreme. Article 73 says you hold public office in the trust of the public, and yet Parliament has made some laws, including the Elections Act, which are unconstitutional. Once you know that the public does not trust what you are doing, you should even quit by yourself. So when we disagree over the Political Parties Act and the Elections Act, we go to the Constitution, which is the supreme law, and the Constitution allows people to give way, to be removed purely because they don't have integrity issues.
Right. And that's where we wind up the program tonight. I thank all my guests for their candor. Let's catch up with a bit of international news. On that scene, voting closes in under 3 hours in the United Kingdom in a poll closely contested.